What's going on, guys? This is John Daw with iHeartAnxiety, and today I want to go ahead and talk about some things that you can do to kind of allow yourself to live with anxiety. This is going to be specifically targeted to the people with anxiety, um, social anxiety, just anxiety in general. Um, And the reason that I wanted to bring this up today was because I noticed that a big part of my recovery is becoming about these little mantras, these little things that I do to try to, to cope, or to at least live with, my condition. It's never ever going to truly go away. So you need some kind of education to continue your life, because otherwise you're just going to fall right back down again and not get up and be in the same spot you were. So I want to talk about that today. Real quick, I'm going to talk about my anxiety and how it affected me yesterday and today, after I recorded the last video. Um, it's really it's really actually been really great. I cannot think of any big panic attacks, or if I've had anything, it's been small. Maybe me losing some balance or something like that, or just, feeling lightheaded, that type of thing. But that's really not anything huge. Um, I just need to eat, like I was telling you before. I just need to eat better. So that's really the only thing that's going on. Um, I'm making sure that I'm thoughtful of what is going into my body, consumption wise and information wise. So there's really not much to say on the anxiety front. I do want to try, some exercises. Maybe get. I don't know if anybody has heard of visual therapy, but it's basically where you look at stuff like this and this and up and down, and it helps people who are affected, balance wise, cognitively, uh, maybe people like myself who've suffered from neuritis, visual neuritis, no, vestibular neuritis. That's what it was, vestibular neuritis, and that was brought on from either being a kid with bleeding eardrums. I've got scars on both my eardrums. But yeah, that's something I want to try. I'm really trying to be more zen too. Like I've noticed that I can fly off the handle pretty quickly if something's repetitive. Like if something keeps going, that's annoying to me. So I'm trying to be more zen. I'm trying to just kind of contain myself, ask myself what situation would I need to be in to elicit a response of anger or shouting, or you know over just, I don't even know what to call it. It's so hard to explain. Like just a burst of emotion. There's no reason. Obviously, being really happy is not something I'm talking about. I just mean like just bursts of anger or outbursts in general, of negative feelings. So I'm trying to make sure that I do that. I feel like when I'm calm, when I'm more calm during the day, and I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, duh, but I feel like when I'm more calm during the day, then, not engaging in crazy antics. When the reason I'm saying this is even like getting super, super excited or getting really hyped, right? Like running around the house, just because I can do that. My dog and me, we just literally, we can just run through the house and chase each other, and just get all crazy. And although I say that, sorry, it's my phone. Um, Even though I say that, it's a good thing, right? Like you get happy, you get really, it makes you forget. But for me, for some reason, getting super hyped up and and crazy with it kind of has a negative effect. I have to kind of watch what I'm doing, because if I get super hyped up, then kind of raises my blood pressure and my heart rate and all that other stuff, and then that throws me into you know uh, becoming hot. I don't know if anybody else has that, but becoming hot for some reason, that like sets me off. Like I can't stand being hot, and it makes me even more nervous. Um, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I used to never mind the heat, played football, all that, and obviously sweating bullets, doing that. But now, if I start sweating, it's like my body has an alarm system. Like, whoa, 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 man, you're getting hot. This is nerve wracking. No clue. I'm guessing it just makes me uncomfortable. I just don't like it, I guess. But I'm probably gonna throw myself into the heat, try to get over that here eventually. Because we can't all have air conditioning all the time. But as far as my anxiety, yeah, I mean, everything's been going really great. I mean, I really haven't had a major episode, and I'm thankful for that. And again, probably a lot to do with these videos. But getting to topic, basically, I want to go over some things that I feel are necessary for coping and being healthy, creating healthy habits, things like that. Like I talk about sometimes, healthy daily habits. Um, Basically, the first thing I would say is to allow yourself to become, panic filled. Of course, this kind of goes back to anxiety, but you may be able to, you know, to put some of these things with depression and other mental illnesses, because I'm sure the philosophies are pretty similar. But I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend that. I'm just telling you what these steps work for me. Um, Basically, the first thing is allowing yourself to sit with, you know, your thoughts. Basically, the fears that are currently holding you for the anxiety attack. Just think about how irrational they are and what is really going to happen. Are you going to pass out? Probably not. I think I read somewhere that it's almost physically impossible to pass out during a panic attack because there's so much adrenaline pumping. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's a medical fact. Um, but it makes sense. I mean, you're literally hyped up, but then, I have heard people passing out, but I don't think it's for the same reason. I think it's because their blood levels drop, their blood pressure or something. So that could be for something else entirely. They just might have an underlying condition. But for me, I don't ever feel like I'm going to pass out because I'm just going so fast. My anxiety attacks are boom. Thoughts are racing. I'm just going a mile a minute. So just become more Zen. Try to practice some meditation. So that way, when these anxieties do come, and they will, you can you know, you can sit and just kind of have an inner dialogue with yourself. Say, is this necessary? Start to breathe in and breathe out. And just think about what you could be doing. What is going to happen in 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be over. So just number one, allow yourself to sit and have an inner dialogue and just calm yourself down. Number two, this one's just kind of for yourself to put things into perspective. Write things down that you're really happy to have. Things that you're really just grateful for. Because when you're in a bad place, you tend to focus on that. But when you look at this list, maybe you can get yourself out of it, because while you're having a panic attack or anxiety attack or maybe even depression, you can look at this list and be like, wow, okay, yeah, that's something. And that's why I was mentioning before in other videos to maybe record yourself talking and how you're feeling and looking back on it. Number two, just remind yourself that your anxiety is something that is trying to teach you something. I know that sounds weird, and it's like, what do you mean? What could my anxiety be possibly telling me? It's telling you that you're having a mental response to something that deeply affects you, deeply scares you, and you need to get to that on a fundamental level, and you need to take care of it. It's something you can no longer, put away. You have to take care of that problem if you want to succeed. So it's basically, it's your anxiety is a form of wisdom. It's a form of enlightenment, kind of something that is helping you, get to a better version of you, which is partly why I named this channel and myself the way that I did, the moniker iHeartAnxiety. It's because, obviously I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for anxiety. So, and I know that's kind of a catch-22, but it's true. I'm glad that this happened to me, because I would have never known. I probably would have looked at people funny, and ignorance is not always bliss. So the third thing, which is what I do, or what I have told you guys that I do, is exercise. Whether it's short walks, whether it's heading to the gym, or going to a store and making healthy decisions on what you're going to buy for your lunches or whatever. Just get some kind of cardiovascular exercise. Get your heart going a little bit. Start getting used to, because I don't know if it's just you guys or just me, but I've noticed that when I started, this anxiety path, I didn't want to do anything, so I didn't exercise. And because I didn't exercise, my body was constantly in a state of excitement and anxiety, and it wasn't being worked out at all. So it was just under stress. It wasn't able to take it. So definitely exercise is going to, it's going to help you with your anxiety. It's going to make sure your body is more ready for the stress and the things that may happen. And I've also heard that it decreases anxiety because of the serotonin and things like that, the runner's jog, mentality, if you will, the feeling of kind of like being on endorphins or whatever, and you're feeling like you're on top of the world. So exercise is a big one. Number 4 would be to laugh. Okay, laugh at whatever you can, whenever you can. Obviously, you don't want to laugh at somebody at a funeral or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Use humor. Use it to your advantage. Don't waste an opportunity to laugh. Don't waste an opportunity to make fun of your worst fears. And I know that sounds like, okay, John, I don't think it's funny. I don't think my fears are funny. I don't find it hilarious. I don't want to laugh about something like that. It makes me sad. I understand. Okay, and it's very, very hard to get over the fact that something has been done to you and you don't want to talk about it. But this ties into so many things that I've talked about. You have to get over this, and you have to move on. And laughing at yourself will immensely, immensely help. I know I said that sentence wrong, but it will help you immensely. Again, you kind of have to think outside of the box when it comes to this stuff. Think of the stuff that you don't want to do, and probably 9 times out of 10, the stuff that you don't want to do is the things that are going to help you. So just think about that, because there's obviously more things than just the 5 I'm going to give you. So use that humor. Maybe even look for, if you really can't find anything funny about yourself, about this, something to laugh at yourself about, then I would say finding an alternative. Think about something else that you would normally do and turn that into a positive. And then appreciate yourself. Number 5 is appreciate yourself. I appreciate the fact that I say a lot in every single one of these videos, but I wish I could stop it. Yeah. So basically, take all of the strength, all of the courage, and all of the support that you receive, and appreciate it. appreciate the fact that you are strong. You are dealing with this. This is something that, you know, not everybody can do. Living with mental illness is probably one of the leading causes of death. I don't have the numbers on it. I'm not, I'm not aware of what the statistics are, but I will tell you this, that mental health is one of the main reasons that people take their life or lose their life because of extreme grief, suicide, overdoses, things of that nature. Suicide, overdose, that's probably pretty much the same thing. But then again, that's interesting. I wonder if overdoses is still, because I mean, you can still overdose but not try to be killing yourself. You think that you need more medicine. So maybe overdose would still be in there. They can both coexist. Overdose, suicide. Sorry, random John thought. But yeah, I mean, appreciate everything that you've been able to accomplish so far. Don't diminish yourself. Don't diminish what you've done. I know that a lot of us feel like we haven't accomplished anything. Otherwise, we'd be in a different place. We wouldn't be needing videos to watch. We wouldn't be needing help. But life is a constant battle. It is a constant battle, and to think that you're going to magically get over all of this and never have another problem in the world, well, I've got a spoiler alert for you. It's gonna get rough again down the road sometime. But because you've already gone through this, because you're already experiencing these things, they make you stronger typically than other people who haven't, who have, the normal life, who just wake up. Like, I was caught thinking so many times that, my friends have it so good. They wake up, they go party, they go to a class, they go to wherever they want. Seemingly the only issues that they have to worry about is whether they want to get out of bed, or whether so-and-so is going to be, there with them, or if their parents are giving them a hard time. Like, I would catch myself thinking about that all the time and just wish that I were back to where I was, where I could literally just roll out of bed and worry about mundane, normal, everyday things. Oh man, I don't want to get out of bed because I don't want to go to class. Oh man, I don't want to go to this wedding and deal with these family members. Those feelings they're a dream now. Those are a dream, because anytime I think about something, anxiety is what comes up first. Oh man, I don't want to go to class because I'm going to have a panic attack. Oh man, I don't want to go to the wedding because I'm going to freak out in front of all those guests. What if I do? What's everybody going to think? So, take these 5 things and use them exactly how I said, or take them and customize them. Nobody's going to know your situation better than you. So take these things and run with them. Make them fit your lifestyle. Customize them as you will. You don't have to do everything verbatim like everybody tells you to do. Just try to better yourself. Try to think about what it is that you want to accomplish today, one step at a time, baby steps. If you have a fear of being, tied down, maybe, a step would be to lay still, on the floor or on the couch for 5 minutes and not move. Just whatever it is that you're dealing with, try to put, dip your feet in the water. You don't have to go splash. You don't have to jump right in. Just start today. Start doing these things, and these will help you. These 5 things will help you get to a point where you can cope on an everyday basis, and you don't have to sit here and think like I have thought, and worry about every single thing that could go wrong will go wrong. And just know that I'm here. If you want to reach out to me, write me your story at iHeartAnxiety@gmail.com. You can reach me on my Twitter, on my Instagram, my Facebook. So there's plenty of ways to reach me if you want to ask questions, or if you want to tell me something that I've said that you didn't agree with, or whatever. And we'll go through that. We'll make sure that we talk about it. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do if you found these videos helpful. Obviously, the more that they get out there, the more that we can share them with more people that you think might be able to benefit, the better. So this is all about sharing. This is literally what all this is about, is personal growth and sharing with other people if you think it can help them. So I thank you. I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a good day.